did it all begin for you, John? Where did the whole DNA concept begin? What happened in your life to really, I know, take a career shift or in a new direction, and to end up with the whole DNA story?
Yeah, with the DNA vibe. Well, Andre, it was born out of frustration. It was really born out of a place. We all have a story in our lives. I can still remember it like yesterday. I was lost, stuck, frustrated, asking myself a lot of questions concerning myself and what I should do. And I was in a full-time work, and I was in a very respectable job, earning a very good salary, etc. But to me, there was something on the inside of me. I was unfulfilled. I was really at a place that a point of no return in my life. And as I was looking at this, um, I felt confused and ignorant concerning what I should do. And uh, one thing that was evident in my life was the A, B, C, D, E's. Now, listen, I was complaining and I was moaning and it's the A, B, C, D, E's, and then I threw in a couple of F's in there as well. And
So
I,
for guys watching this for the first time now, John, what is the ABCDE specifically for people that haven't done the whole superhero journey?
Oh, the ABCDEs is the language of losers. Now, losers is a language. It's a loser language. Loser is not a person, except that the person goes down in your consciousness to the level of a villain. That's the real problem. But loser is a language, and loser language only have 5 letters in the language. I mean, we have 26 letters that we use to compile words and
Yeah.
create words as containers that create pictures in your mind. But losers only have five letters, the A, B, C, D, E. And it's easy to remember. You can write it down if you want to, but A is for accuse. It's just accuse it's always that person's fault and that person's fault. B is for blame, and that's just when you step it up and you start blaming your environment and your DNA and your great grandmother, and because you come from this family of Fantoners, because the Fantoners is always cross. And you know,
There's Afrikaans word for that cross that rhymes with van Tonner.
Fantoner. The C is complaining. It's just complaining the whole day. It's just negative ranting and always. And then D is for living in denial, not facing the brutal facts of your life, not willing to confront the facts. And E is for making excuses. Now, I was really, really good at that. And you know what happens when you do the ABCDE? You actually become a victim. You become a
Yeah.
victim of the language. So that's where I was stuck. I was looking for so many things. I was stuck in a career junction at a certain junction, doing something that I wanted to help people, but I was forced into a mold that frustrated me. I couldn't fit into the mold. I had to change who I was to fit into a mold that other people wanted to put upon me, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to sell my soul for a salary check.
Yes.
And as I engage in this, I said to my wife, you know what? I think I'm going to write a book. And she said, "What's the book about?" I said, "I felt the voice spoke to me. You know, I said, I'm sure the voice spoke to me that I should write a book upon gift discovery and potential extraction and character alignment." And I thought, wow, these are crazy
Wow.
words. And then I just started putting my thoughts down on paper, and I first started designing the whole thing because I come from a design background. So I was creating a comic. My wife came past in, in 3 weeks' time and said, "You just drew pictures." I said, "These are the superhero dudes, and they look like little Teletubbies then." Um, they look like Teletubbies in the book. I mean, it's these little,
As long as they
uh,
don't sound like Teletubbies, then everything I think would be fine.
these
Yeah.
little round little men and like jelly baby type of vibe. But, but really, I was more into because I see pictures, and as I was seeing pictures, I was doing a lot of research, and then I really went into a crazy fanatic. just research and development. I mean, I spent some days 5 hours a day, 5, 6 hours a day, just on a consistent basis, nonstop. I was nonstop writing, researching, and as I delved into this, I started finding out things about myself which I never knew. Things I never knew. I've seen the evidence of it sometimes. I've seen glimpses. I've walked in certain glimpses, but I realized that within my gift there were some character struggles that I had to deal with. And as I was writing this book, I had to rewrite it. When I finished the first time, I rewrote it, and then I rewrote it, and I ended up with over 700, 800 pages.
Wow.
Then I only published 20%, but I told my wife it's going to take me 5 months, 6 months, and it took 5 years. And I would have probably been still busy if I never published. And I just want to give you a tip. If you want to write a book, you've got to set a publish date. You have to set a publish date. Otherwise, you will never go into
Oh,
publication.
that's awesome.
You will never. And so I'm busy now with another one that will be released now within the next 2, 3 weeks. But I've set a clear date and I publish at that date, even if there's faults, even if there's, because it's a research and development. It's an ongoing process. And yeah, so what happened is the book actually rewrote me. It changed my paradigm. It changed my way of thinking, that my external environment could not contain me anymore. And so what just happened is I was granted opportunity by people who was asking me to come speak about this at various places. Started with churches, and then some private conferences, and those private conferences
Oh, that's
spilled
awesome.
over in the business world. And as it spilled over into the business world, it went into seminars, it went into executive coaching, and I spent a couple of years just traveling around and doing seminars. And yeah, I mean, it even opened up doors for me to go stand in front of more than 30 ambassadors of the world. And it really it was just so nice. I was just training on this intellectual property that I've developed, and it was just great until we got to a place where well, I just got to tell this, that I was forced one day in a position where I had to make a decision that I'm going to quit my job, my full-time job.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Not at all. No, that takes a
Oh,
serious amount of no ABCDEing.
but what happened is I changed so much on the inside that I could not sell my soul anymore
Yeah.
doing something that is dividing me, that is making me unstable. To me, it was just a job that I was doing. It doesn't mean that it was a bad job. It was a fantastic job, but it wasn't aligned. It was part of my training process. It was part of the seasonal purpose that I had to go through so that I can learn wisdom. And no job is there just by coincidence. It's part of an unfolding plan as you gain more skill and insight. And every job that comes your way is there to refine and hone your gift and your character and the different things. And I'll sort of explain what the exit chronicle is. But yeah, that's my origin story. And then uh, I got involved in the corporate world with various organizations. And then, yeah, in 2018, I had a discussion with Justin van Vieren, and I said to him, you know what, I really want to open up the DNA Superhero Academy. And you will meet Justin. And yeah, then we started the DNA Superhero Academy. It has evolved up to where we are now. And that's basically the origin. But just